Welcome back to this cybersecurity series for your business. So today we're going to be talking about top 5 cybersecurity risks facing Nigerian small medium enterprises in 2025. First one, we're going to be talking about phishing attacks. So what is a phishing attack? Phishing is a type of social engineering attack where attackers trick people into revealing sensitive information. Sensitive information in the sense of password, credit card numbers, or login credentials by pretending to be a trusted person or an authorized person to access that information. And we have types of phishing attack, which are email phishing, spear phishing, whaling, smishing, vishing, clone, and other types of phishing. But so this video is just to for awareness. So I'm not going to go deep into this. Just know that phishing attack is one of the top 5 cyber attacks facing small, medium enterprise. So example of a phishing attack is that let's say you got an email from support@paypal.com, right? So you got an email from support.paypal.com and the subject says urgent, verify your account now. Then you enter the email, it says we detected unusual activity, please log in immediately to avoid suspicious or suspension of your account, or log in to recover your password or something like that. And they give you a phishing link. That link they want to click and fill out your information. That's what we call a phishing link. So this also a name for credential harvesting. So they are harvesting your credential or getting. This is just an example of a phishing attack. Oh, sorry, I didn't talk all the way. So how can you prevent yourself or your staff from phishing attack? Number one is to train staff to spot suspicious emails. How can you spot suspicious emails? So if you don't know how to train your staff to spot suspicious emails, we at Usemo Innovations Limited offer these services. So the second is that you can use 2FA, which is two-factor authentication on email and finance account. Deploy email filters, approve for large transaction. So let me just explain this last one more. There's a cyber attack that happened, I think, 2021, which is a phishing attack on a company in China. So the company, a scammer, or let me say a hacker, called the CEO of the company through a private, through he called an employee in the company using a video call. So, but it was AI who was speaking to the employee, and he thought he was speaking to the CEO. So he tricked him into sending transaction. So to avoid this kind of thing, you should like call the CEO and be like, "Hey, you just get up in the meeting. Are you sure you want this amount of money?" Yeah. So that's just what it is means. So next one we have ransomware. What's a ransomware? A ransomware is a type of malware that encrypts files or lock devices, making them inaccessible until the victim pays a ransom. So, in a nutshell, the attacker encrypts your file or system, then he demands a particular amount of money in order to release those information or in order to give you access back to your own information. So that's ransomware. So how can you prevent yourself from ransomware? Regular secure backups, antivirus and anti-ransomware tools, and even EDR, which is endpoint detection and response tools. Then next one we have update software and systems. Most small medium enterprises use outdated softwares, outdated system, and all those things. So that's also one of the causes of almost every cyber attack. And don't download suspicious files. You need to know the source of a file before you download it. So next one we have weak password and poor access control. So this is not actually a cyber attack, but I just included this in this list because most businesses also overlook this and don't really implement this properly. So a weak password is one that's easy to guess, crack, or brute force. Attackers use automated tools to try common password until they succeed, which is also called a dictionary attack, a brute force attack, and just brute force attack in general. So example of weak password are 12356 password, maybe the name of a company 123, and all those things. So those are all weak password, or your name, or your first name, your daughter's name, your wife's name, and all those things. Those are weak password. Next one we have access control. Access control is about deciding who can access what resources. Poor access control when users have too many privilege or when permissions aren't managed properly. So access control simply is let's say for example you have two departments in your company, we have the HR department and the IT department. The HR department are responsible for the employees, and while the IT department are responsible for building the applications and all those things. So probably the HR department don't have any access to do with the network settings or maybe the firewall or any admin panel, because all they do is maybe just about their work is all about the staffs and all those things. So that's access control. Know who's accessing which, and who's not accessing this. So a junior um a junior employee should not have like admin privileges. That's just simple example of uh access control. Oh, sorry, I didn't also explain. So how can you prevent yourself from access control and weak password attacks? So ways in which you can protect yourself are: use a password manager. Yeah, a lot of password manager depending on the one you want, the one that fits your need, company budget, and all those things. You can enforce 2FA, which is two-factor authentication everywhere. Limit access by rule. So enforcing 2FA authentication everywhere, I'm going to see it almost every day, every time we talk about security, because it's also one of the core or main security implementations. So limit access by rule, which is also access control. Revoke access when staff leave. So let's say, for example, your staff resigns to get a better job or something. You need to disable or delete his account completely from him accessing the company. Next one, we have unsecured Wi-Fi and remote work. Insecure Wi-Fi refers to wireless networks that are poorly protected. I'm sorry, making it easy for attackers to eavesdrop, steal data, or impersonate the network. So unsecure Wi-Fi let attackers connect to your network first, then listen or see or view any traffic that's going on in the network, modify some traffics, and do a lot of things on your network. So a remote work, you might be wondering why I mention remote work. There are a lot of reasons why I mention remote work. So with people working from home or remotely, attackers target weak security practices outside the network. So if an attacker isn't able to access your network, he's going to try to access something that will give him access to your network, which is your employee's personal computer, or just your employee's personal devices, which could be also connected to your company's VPN or something like that. So how can you prevent yourself from this attack? First of all, use of VPN for business access. So when your employee is not in the office or is working remotely, make sure he uses a VPN to connect to your company's network, which is going to be a secure network, by the way. Company owned secure devices. So instead of your employees using their personal devices, it is preferable, if the company can afford to buy devices for their employees, it is more advisable to buy devices for the company, right? So next one, we have endpoint detection and response, which are EDRs. So in case you don't know how to implement or set up all these, you can simply contact Zusi Innovations Limited and we will help you with all these. So next one, we have train staff on remote safety. You can train your staff or hire us to train your staff on remote safety. How they are going to be working from their homes to your office securely without any security issues. Next one, we have insider threats. So what is insider threat? An insider threat is a security risk that comes from within an organization. Employees, contractors, or business partners who have access to systems, data, or network. This could be maybe not everybody is satisfied with what he has, or maybe he has a conflict with someone in the office, or just something, or maybe a silly mistake of an employee or of a careless employee could lead to an insider threat. So how can you prevent your company or yourself from insider threats? Ways in which you can prevent yourself is clear policies and training. So in case you don't know how to bring out or draft a clear policy, at Zusi Innovations Limited, we can help you with that. And training, we can also train your staff. So monitor activity ethically. So monitor activities or everything that's going on your network ethically. So segment sensitive data access. This is also part of access control. Know where, like, not every data should be visible for everybody in the company. Only people who need it to do their job. And next one, we have regular fresher training. So from the moment you are taking new employees into your company, you should be able to, or you should implement or give them at least 2 weeks to 1 month of cybersecurity training for them to know how to keep your company and yourself safe from attackers online. So most SMEs lack in-house security. When you talk about in-house security, we're talking about their own personal cybersecurity team. A trusted cybersecurity partner can protect your business. So here at Zosin Innovations Limited, one of our services is cybersecurity. We can make sure to protect your business and keep you safe from cyber attackers or cyber attacks. So think about it. Protect your SME today. Cybersecurity is not a cost, it's an investment in survival. So I always say the cybersecurity is not an investment, it's a security guard just bought for your digital asset. Subscribe for more cybersecurity tips to keep your business on to keep your business safe online. Thanks for watching.